I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. 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 When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to a new video. This is, I don't know if this is a one-part video or a two-part, but we are in an area I grew up hunting. We rifle hunt in this area. Someone just shot a shotgun. And it's about an hour from home. We have a cabin out here, and this is a gorgeous place. It is October 27th, so the rut is coming up. It is quite strong winds today. They're blowing like 15. I'm in the open for the most part, so I definitely feel it, but I bet you can hear it too, so hopefully something happens. It's gonna be a hard hunt, I think. There's not a lot of, like, where I live in general, in northern Wisconsin, there's not a lot of deer, so so a lot of times when I hunt, I don't see deer. But, hey, hold on. There's turkeys. There's turkeys about 100, like 200 yards away. Where'd they go? How'd a turkey go? I don't know. Well, if a turkey comes in, I might shoot that. I can't tell if they're dogs. 1, 2. I think it's a flock of hens. I'll shoot a turkey. For sure. Alright, I'm gonna sit tight. Anything could happen right now, so we're hunting them. We're hunting up Oak Ridge. So I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna watch these turkeys to see what happens. I'm gonna check the camera too, so wish us luck. Let's get it done tonight, boys. Let's go. Down? Did you really? No. there's a deer like 50, 45 yards from me. Low no. And as you guys saw, that side-by-side drove down the power line and up to the top of that hill. It's raining again, I don't know why. And they just sat there on its tail. And I think they bumped that deer in here to me. And then she kind of, like you guys saw, it's super thick where she was. She just kind of sat over there, fed, and then worked her way back towards the power line. They ended up about 10 minutes later after parking up there, came back down, and she got spooked my direction again. I saw her flag, she did like 2 bounds, and then I didn't see her. But if I don't see any signs of her, I think it's gonna be a very quiet, slow walkout. Because I don't want to bump her. I would like to, not bump her and possibly ever come back in the morning, but I don't know. I hope they don't keep doing that, though. If they're doing that every night, it's dumb, is what it is. So, we'll see. Hopefully she works her way over here. She's alone, so I'll probably shoot her. I have a doe tag, and we need free meat, so yeah, we'll hope for the best. Alright guys, it is 5:30. We got about 40-ish, 50-ish minutes left. And I have had no sign of life other than blue jays. So, still cloudy. I'm looking at blue sky, but it's ways away. And sun. It'd be great if the sun would pop out over here, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Sadly, it's cloudy over here. I have not seen any sign of that doe. I have a feeling she either just is where I saw her last in the scrub oak, bedded down, or just walked off. It's gonna be a pretty long walk out here. It's gonna be slow and quiet until I get to the power line, where it's much, much quieter to walk. So, I don't care about that, but it's, a little chilled, but not enough to where I'm uncomfortable. But it's getting to the best time in the evening. It does not sound like my grandpa or my dad have shot anything. They may have seen something, but they haven't texted me saying that they shot anything. So, other than some turkeys I got to watch for about an hour and a half. Those turkeys stuck around for a while. They didn't really come any closer. They just kind of moved back and forth in that oak forest. And they were 3 jakes and 2 longbeards. So, if they come over tomorrow or the next couple days, I might fling an arrow at one of them. But I'm hoping that doe comes through again, or a doe, or a big mature buck. Big ass frames, big tines, comes grunting through, hits a scrape, and I 10 ring it. But sorry, I'm not really looking at the camera. I'm just kind of pinballing back and forth, trying to keep my eyes peeled. But it's I'm actually kind of shivering, but it's that like shivering where you're not cold. I don't know, it's weird, but whatever. I I'm gonna shut up and keep my eyes peeled and my ears listening, just in case there's a deer that decides to stroll on through. So, yeah, see what happens. Let's get some arrows flung tonight. So, between me and 2 other guys, we should at least see more than 1 deer. Maybe. That's relative. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully next time I see you, there's a deer in front of me. So, yeah. See you guys, hopefully, then. Alrighty, guys. It is the 28th now. And it has dropped about 12 degrees since yesterday's hunt. It is, I think, 27 degrees. And it has snowed. As you can see here, we'll show you. Yeah, it snowed. First snow of the year for us, that's for sure. So, maybe that's a good sign. I checked the camera and there's 2 spikes in here. Yeah, whatever. 1 doe, and it was the doe we saw yesterday, I think. And then a 5-point that bounces between mine and my dad's stand. So, and he just showed up last night at the last photo I have of him is like 2:56 or something. And, so, I don't think it's quite the rut yet. I don't think they're in the full swing of things yet. It's not. I could be wrong, but it does not seem like they are. And I know that it's the last week in October. No. Right, yeah, it's the last week in October. And that's a pretty good time to be out in the woods, but I think the best time is that first week in November. But we'll see what happens. And the only reason I saw that doe last night was because those guys on the side-by-side bumped her in here. I don't know. I'm not feeling super confident. None of the deer have been showing up in daylight. Sorry, I feel like I'm hearing something. Anyways, long story short, I do have some bucks in here. In my opinion, probably not shooters. I do have a doe in here. They haven't been coming in during the daylight. Hopefully the rut picks up here soon, meaning today or tomorrow. And then maybe we'll get a stray buck that's, a stray big buck that wants to come through. Maybe, I don't know. My dad, about 10 years ago, found a shed. Probably about 200 yards from me. And it's like a 80-inch shed. It's a huge shed. So they're in here, but that was 10 years ago. I'll just keep that in the back of my mind. Maybe it'll cheer me up. Alright, let's get it. Let's do it. Come on, let's shoot a deer. Oh, and my grandpa blew it on a big doe last night. He shoots a crossbow. And these 2 does. Oh, God, sorry for the wind if you can hear that. These 2 does come trotting in. He's in a ground blind. And he's standing up to kind of, get the blood flow moving and everything. And he peeks down. And there's 2 does trotting in, and he sits down real fast. They get into they come right in, and the next thing he knows, there's one at 8 yards. Well, he grabs his crossbow, he gets it ready, and I think the movement of him moving his crossbow to get up and everything, she kind of got alert, was looking at him, and then he gets situated, his red dot right where it should be, pulls the trigger and nothing happens. And I think he anticipated it, so when he pulled it, like twisted the crossbow, and that little movement sent him flying. Ran about 40 yards into the woods and went nuts. Started blowing like crazy, so yeah. Should have a deer on the pole, but we don't, because my grandpa didn't take his safety off. But I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna sit tight. Hope a deer comes in. I'm hoping they do. Let's get her down, boys. Come on. We just had that little buck come into the grunt. I guess I didn't grunt on camera, but I grunted. I did a little young buck tending grunt, and I told myself, I go, I'm facing the way I'm facing you guys right now, right? I'm facing out this open, big thicket, right? And I told myself, if I'm facing this way, it's a bad idea because all the deer are gonna come from behind me. Well, I was facing that way, and sorry, I had to shift the camera, and I just so happened to look behind me, and guess what's behind me? A buck. He never came in. He was at like 30, 40 yards, and he kind of circled behind me. I originally thought that he was going to continually circle and like come back around and try to catch my wind, but I don't think he is. He's gone now. I wish I had a bigger lens for you guys for those kind of scenarios, but I don't. I think I ordered one and it should be coming, but I don't know. So I'm gonna hope it's coming soon. It's a bigger lens, but maybe the rut's kind of picking up, but also being it was such a young deer that maybe he was kind of just curious, decided to stroll on through. But I expect all the deer to come from over here. Like I expect them to kind of come down through here. I think this little valley right here is kind of a pit. Like they kind of walk the bottom of it, you know. And if they do that, they're gonna get shot. So this is a hunt where I'm more kind of focused on getting meat in the freezer, but at the same time hoping for a big buck. You know, it's kind of one of the two things. Majority of it's try to get meat in the freezer. So we're gonna hope and see if something happens here. And yeah, hopefully next time I see you, I'm shooting a deer. Seeing a deer is not bad, but shooting a deer is better. dead calm. It's kind of crazy, actually. But I'm gonna sit tight. We've got probably about exactly an hour left here. And then hopefully something happens. We'll see. Alright guys, it is our last sit of the trip. It is like 7:20 right now, I think. And it is dead calm. It's actually just slightly kind of like scared for me to move. It is picture perfect. Morning for movement, you would think. So but the leaves are completely frosted over. And it is so loud. It took me twice as long getting in here this morning because of how loud it was. The same plan is to get out here at like 9:30 unless I text and say so, because we have to go back to the cabin, clean up, and get ready to leave, sadly. There's a good chance I'm going to text them and say like 10:30 just to be safe. The deer that I missed yesterday because I left early came in at 10:30. So I might just say 10:30 just cause. I'm really hoping something happens. I think we just need to get it done. One of the three of us. My grandpa has a buck and doe tag. I have a doe tag and a buck tag, and my dad only has a buck tag. So we've got plenty of tags. We just need to keep. Excuse me, sorry, but I can see my breath. It's cold. And I think the cold had the deer on their feet yesterday morning, so I think I have a good feeling this morning that something's gonna happen. Whether that's when I'm not here or I am here. But I have a pretty good feeling. just shot a nice 5-point. Some big relief last morning, which is awesome. That means the deer are moving, I think. I think that's a good sign that we're going to have some deer movement. I might even say that we should sit longer, but we'll never know. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can get a second one. I'm feeling like we could have a deer come in here, so let's do it. It's a relief. It's like a weight off my shoulders, you know. Weight off your shoulders. You're like, oh, someone shot a deer. And it's funny, we were driving here. We dropped off my dad, and then me and him were driving to my spot, and he goes, man, it is nice to be out in the woods in the morning at my stand, but over like 50 years, I've shot one deer in the morning. There's gotta be deer up there. Hold on, guys. Guys, as you saw, that doe and fawn came through. I bet there's gonna be a lot of people, you know, saying, "Oh, why didn't you shoot?" And I know my dad and grandpa are gonna be two of those people. One, I don't really enjoy shooting doe and fawns. You know, if I shoot the fawn, I shot this deer that's really tiny. I don't have a ton of meat. And I just I shot a really young deer. And then I also go to, then shoot the bigger doe. Well, if I do that, then it's feeling weird that I just shot this yearling's mom. It's a weird feeling, So, yeah, it was exciting. They came through this alder stuff behind me. They came through over here, but when I first heard them, I thought it was a blue jay, because I've had blue jays all around me in this stuff making a racket. That was a really weird sound. But anyways, blue jays making a racket in this stuff. And I was like, man, the blue jay's going nuts. But it kept going, like it constant, it was like just constant leaves and stuff. That was a big doe. That doe was 150 plus pounds. That was a really, really healthy doe. So, I don't think I said this to the camera, but there's some weird noises going on around me. I don't know what they are. But the thing I've always said was when the sun hits the forest floor is when you get a ton of movement. The sun hit 30 minutes later. These deer came in. They had no idea I was here. And the cool thing was is they walked right over the trail I came in on. So, you know, I think I'm pretty sun-proof. There's no wind. Yeah, like there's no wind for them, for any deer to really wind me. As I see that little gust of wind comes through. But I texted the group, or my grandpa and my dad, and said I'm staying later because the deer are moving. So I just did get a text. Like I said, my grandpa did get a little buck today, this morning. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna sit tight, respond to my dad, and then hopefully a deer comes in. It's a good sign. They're moving. We're gonna shoot one. Alrighty, guys. I think that's it for me. We are gonna go and retrieve my grandpa's deer. But first, I have to go and take all this crap down and haul it out of here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wish I got a deer on film for you guys, or shot a deer on film for you guys. But hope you guys just enjoyed deer watching. I've been watching this chipmunk shove his face full of corn for the past hour. So those 2 does did come through. That was cool, but I don't want to shoot a doe in fawn. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah. I'm hoping to get more content out to you guys here soon. And let's go retrieve my grandpa's deer. Let's do it. It's nothing giant, I don't think. So, unless he's playing with us. But I don't think it's nothing giant, but we'll still film it. So, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one.